Okay, this lesson is from the 5th day of Unit 2. So we have a warm-up here to work on, but also there's a take-home problem due the next class and a quiz on Monday as well. So let's take a look at the warm-up here. So here's your warm-up. Go ahead and pause the video, try the warm-up, and then play to check your answers. Okay, so I'm going to work on the warm-up here. So graphing 2x minus 4, x less than or equal to 3. So I'm substituting 3 into that equation. So 6 minus 4 gives me 2. So 3 comma 2 is a solid point because of the equals. So at 3, 2, I'm making a solid point. From there, I see less than. I know less than means to the left. And so I'm going to be going to the left. I'm looking at the slope, which is 2 over 1, which means normally rising 2 and running to the right 1. But if I rise 2 and run to the right 1, I'm going to the right, and I need to be going to the left because I want less. So instead, I'm going down 2 and to the left 1 a few times and plotting those points. So from there, our ray should be going down. Okay, so that's the first piece. Then substituting 3 into the other equation, the other piece. So 3 times negative 1/3 plus 2 gives me negative 1 plus 2 gives me positive 1. So 3 comma 1, and that should be an open point because no equals. So at 3, 1, open point, that's supposed to be open. Let me try and make that a little bit clearer that that's open. So first of all, let me fix my line here, and 3, 1 is an open point. So from that open point, then I'm supposed to be going greater. Greater is to the right, and my slope is negative 1/3, which means down 1 and to the right 3. Well, that will be taking me to the right, which is what I want. So I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 1, 2, 3, and there's my point. And down 1 and to the right 1, 2, 3, and there's my point. So from that open point, we have a ray going in the opposite direction there. That is our piecewise graph. So number 2, solve and graph on a number line. So let me just give myself a little bit of space here. So number 2, I first have to get rid of that subtracting 4, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides, which gives me the absolute value of 3x plus 5 is greater than 11. That's a greater than absolute value, and the absolute value is all by itself now. So greater than is when we make 2 separate inequalities with the word or. Remember, for the second one, I flipped the inequality and changed the sign. So subtracting 5 from each side gives me 3x is greater than 6, which means x is greater than 2. Or subtracting 5 gives me 3x is less than negative 16, which means x is less than negative 16/3. So those are my solutions. Graphing that on a number line. Negative 16/3 is what? Negative 5 1/3. So that's an open point, and whoops, negative 5 1/3. And then I have 2, also an open point, and I want greater than 2 or less than negative 5 1/3. So that is my number line. All right, so I did mention that next class you have a quiz on Unit 2. So there's the topics you should know and study for the quiz next class. Notice linear programming is not there because you have that linear programming take-home problem, which is due next class. Also, the systems of equations will not involve 3 equations and 3 variables, just 2 or 1. And the word problem, same thing. Okay. So then this class, besides doing the warm-up, which we just went over, besides doing that, the rest of the time was just spent on continuing our work with linear programming. We worked on worksheet number 2, all of the problems during class. If you have questions or need help with linear programming, come in to see me. But the classwork for today was just working through worksheet number 2 and then putting your graphs on a separate piece of graph paper, which I provided, but you can just put that on your own graph paper if you weren't in class today. So reminder that next class you do have a take-home problem due, and you do have a quiz on the topics that I just showed you. And whatever of the problems on worksheet 2 you did not finish in class, they are assigned for homework as well.